Welcome back, Plastic Addicts, to C2's coverage of the back nine of the 36th annual Checkered Flag Open. I'm the two-time Tyler Fischer here with Alex Miles, and as always, Zach Hall. Hey Alex, what's our giveaway disc going to be?
It ain't much, but it's an Onyx disc. Info in the description on how you can win this Onyx.
Well, I don't know, guys. It's looking pretty tight so far. What do you think?
It's been a hot round. We've got some hot scores. Let's take a look at them right now. Arlinghaus coming in at 5 down. Yoder and Waddel shooting 4 down. Lee shooting a respectable even par. Going to take a look at the leaderboard here through 9. We've got Arlinghaus and Hostler sitting at 5 down. Camden also at 5. Yoder and Waddel, along with Nate Hecker, lurking back there with Jake Boer at 4 down.
Lots of 5s and 4s. You're going to need a whole bunch of birdies to take this one home.
Yeah, Phen's actually going to be explaining here that there was some course construction, so the course layout did change, so we are going to be playing normal hole 10. He's just kind of pointing them out. And it is going to be a 315-foot par 3. It is going to give you 2 gaps. You're going to have a left-hand gap. Drone's showing you this right-hand gap. OB is going to be right and tucked right behind the basket. It is going to be inside circle 1, so you do have to throw a touchy shot here. Make sure you're not pushing it long. Looks like Phen's going to be getting us started off with that Simon line balance that we know he can pin.
Smooth shot down the right gap. Just needs to fade in nicely. Ooh.
Oh, boy.
Barely dodging the tree. He settles well within circle 1.
Well, you just did, Phen. Zach steps up to the tee, eyeballing the left-hand gap as a left-handed backhand thrower. He is knowing right now that the miss is short, but, the grass is tall, so you still got to get it there.
Yeah, and being left-handed, this is going to be a little more risky because that could get a little skip, catch a OB. Looks like he puts it out there flat with a little baby finish, trying to get it right through those trees, and he executes that one great.
Still getting some skip out there. That's good.
Andrew stepping up, throwing what I'm pretty sure is a buzz out there, looking for that right gap. Maybe put it on a little bit of hyzer and let it just float on in.
Yeah, he does take that right gap, puts it a little high. He is looking for that float, trying to find it right in between those trees as well, and puts it into Waddel land of 15 feet.
And speaking of Wadlington here, throwing the left-handed gap as well. He's still a lefty. That hasn't changed, so let's see what he can do.
He's going to be going back to that thought space crux. Nice overstable mid. Puts a little high, just catches a small branch, knocks him down, going to put him out deep circle 2. But we've seen Lee today. He's going to be running this as well.
It's a little high, gets kicked down. The tree seems to apologize for the first hit there. Spit him right back towards the basket.
I fully expect Phen to hit this. I know he missed that 1 on 5, but, man, he's been looking good ever since.
Yeah, this is going to be for 6 in a row. Picks up that short rib right on the pole.
Sunglasses just inspire confidence. Once he saw green, he just couldn't see anything else as he's getting birdie after birdie.
Here's Andrew to get back on that birdie train, make it 2 in a row. He puts it on the pole as well. He's been loving that 15-footer all day.
I do believe he did par the last one, so that is his first birdie to break up a long streak of pars, but, it's still the right direction to go towards. And Lee will finish off the par. Not ideal, but, it's better than a bogey. Arlinghaus for a bird of his own. Ooh, my.
Oh, that's a little high, but it still catches, and he will get his back-to-back for Zach. And we go to hole 11, 572-foot par 4. It is going to just go all the way down the street here. You have an easier little line on the right side, and you want to then keep it to the left on the second half of the hole. So it's a little bit of a snake, but once she gets down here to the green, you are looking at these guardian trees. So it takes 2 to get there. It's just about making sure you got enough distance.
Yeah, this is another hole where these guys can kind of let one unload, and wherever they land is going to kind of dictate which gap they decide to take. Phen just pumps a hyzer out there, puts it up 450. He's going to have about 280 coming in.
The only thing you really need to look out for on the pad, there's that tree on the left of the fairway that these lefty guys going for that big flex will have to really worry about dodging. But you get past it, you're looking good. I believe this is a nuke from Zach.
Oh, that is definitely a nuke. It's a bomb.
Yeah,
Look at
he
that shot.
absolutely nukes that thing. Like I said, I was doing catch cam today. I was out there about 375, and he put it an easy 100 behind me.
And you start putting you out 500, and they still will get you.
Yeah, they might be getting to the ankles then.
Waddel going to his force here. It's Tour Series force from this year. He is probably going to keep this flat to a little bit of hyzer. Just try to hit Tyler right in the dome.
He gets it on flat. It's finishing, but with Waddell's power, I knew I was never in danger. He's going to throw it past me 99 out of 100 times.
Nice.
And Lee trying to follow up some honestly incredible drives and just trying to flex it around that big tree and get it to fade out on his way home.
A little low. Looks like he had the right idea, just not enough initial elevation there.
Yeah, it looks like he might just have put a little too much turn on it, but it does get past that initial tree. He's just going to have a little longer approach shot than these other guys, but Lee has the power to get there.
So it's very gettable. If you can just get through this tree.
Looks like he may have caught that Y gap. It pushes through. You can hear the guys. Puts Lee to maybe just outside circle 2, right on the edge.
Andrew looking like it's another day, another nice approach shot to hopefully get himself parked for another birdie.
I would guess this is a Malta. Keeping it nice and stable. Coming out, hitting the tree.
Nice little stop by that tree there.
Yeah, and Phen catches the one small tree in the middle of the fairway. Gonna have to figure out which side he wants to step out on. Looks like he's gonna be going to that stepper forehand, but we've seen Phen's forehand game. Just a little flick of the wrist will be no problem from here.
Oh no.
Looks like he just kind of turned it over a little bit.
Undercommitted a little bit. Well, Zach not only put it way up here, he definitely put it in the shade. As Alex has been noting, that's the smart guy move today.
I don't like the hot weather. Just gonna have a little, hopefully, chip up shot to get himself a nice little putt for that birdie, or ideally a tap in.
Yeah, he's had this same shot a couple times today. Nice smooth hyzer, just bringing it in low, swinging it in, and puts it on a dime.
Still gets a little forward skip through the thick stuff. Phen running deep circle 2. Little jumper. Not quite. Almost. Good line, just not quite enough on it.
Yeah, and you can see Lee push through that tree really well. Inside circle 2 look. Puts
Come on
it
now.
up, just finishes it a touch soon. But Lee has been giving him an honest run all day today.
Zach, a nice little
Woo.
10-footer for a solid bird on here.
Yeah, he took all advantage of that distance.
There is another bird for Phen. I'm sorry, that is a par for Phen. Waddell, who's going for the bird.
That's 2 in a row for him. Hopefully he shook hands with that tree.
Lee cleaning up the par.
Moving on to course hole 12. This one is either a turnover or a right-hand friendly or a forehand friendly shot. 361 feet. You got to dodge some pretty low-hanging branches and just avoid that sidewalk at all costs because that is OB. Just finish it nicely by the basket. Get yourself a putt. It's a little bit far, but you know, with the hyzer on the forehand or the turn on the backhand, you should hopefully be able to get there.
This was part of the course change. There was some course equipment or some construction equipment parked on the previous hole, so they did have to skip the previous hole and come over to this one. This low ceiling on this hole is no joke. It kind of takes away a lot of the big distance shots.
Yeah, Zach, like you said, that that ceiling is way lower than the footage is giving it credit for, forcing a lower forehand. So you really got to pump it harder than you probably normally would. Looks like Andrew's going to be lining up a backhand, maybe going a little higher.
That's risky business on this hole.
It's the play I go with, right onto that left-hand tree, just a nice big turnover, catch the gap, safer, take that low ceiling right out.
Yeah, the ceiling does open up more to the left as long as you get right fast.
What a gap. Oh, no.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that spot. That's going to be a very common landing zone. It's going to put you just outside circle 2, but with a wide open look at the basket. Phen's going to be lining up his destroyer. Once again, flick of the wrist should be no problem getting it there.
It's just amazing to watch. I just love seeing it.
Yeah, he just held that one a little too straight. Lands in that typical landing zone once again, circle 2, wide open.
Let's see if one of the lefties can take advantage of this backhand hyzer.
I believe Lee is throwing the same colored trail that Andrew just threw.
Oh, that's ripped on a straight line. And we've got a collection of discs right over here by this tree.
Lee's up first on the approach. Just got to dodge this tree and get a, just a little, I believe, anhyzer and settle it in there.
Good looking line if it stays up, but just at the bottom of the pole.
Wonderful.
Yeah, as you can see, this is that landing zone I was talking about. Just deep circle 2, but wide open. Phen's, I think he changed to his P2s for this tournament. Phen has been known to change his putters quite frequently. Gives that a great bid just off the cage.
Andrew also has a good looking bid for a birdie here. It's a little bit far, but hopefully he can stay clean on it. Seemed to have dodged the trees enough to give himself a solid look.
Yeah, gives it a nice run. Just leaves it out a little bit right. Leaves him with a nice easy tap in for par. Zach did get it down there a good way with that left-handed putt he's got. Should be a pretty standard hyzer putt. And he just unfortunately can't connect there. Looks like everybody's going to have a pretty routine tap-in par.
Lee here, the par putts always feel a little bit more sketchy, but...
Yeah, and with that angle, you can see that construction equipment we were talking about that did cause the course layout change.
No one wants to put one into a window, so it's probably for the better. Although I do love that 11th hole.
Andrew's going to be the last one to tap out here on hole number 12.
And here's our first look at Aiden Hosler on the chase card out here. He's keeping up with Arlinghaus pretty well. Predominantly forehand player from Central Indiana, and my goodness, can he put it out there pretty far.
Should be all right.
Just going to clean up that beautiful drive here. All he's got to do is get it down the hallway, up on top of the hill, and he's going to have a putt. And that's nice looking. Easy work here, nothing to it. Just going to clean up that bird. And this is why the man is making a run for that lead card.
And that is going to bring us into a leaderboard check-in. Arlinghaus drops to second place. Camden Fetter jumps up the leaderboard to first place at 8 under. We got Andrew and Aiden Hosler lurking in the background at 6 down, bringing us into hole number 13. This is one of the newer holes here at Brookside. It is going to be a 581-foot par 4. It is a monster. You do have to keep it. There's OB left and right. Got to come up this hill. Super low ceiling. Going to give you not too many options. You're going to just have to keep it straight and in the middle the whole way.
Yeah, on your drive, obviously you don't want to go left or right, but going up there to the left is real tough. If you can leave it down to the right, you have a flat run up for your next shot. You got a wide open line. If you're up here to the left, you got to play some serious risky business, and your footing is dicey at best.
Yeah, Zach's looking to just unload that
like
nuke again. It's just not flexing out in time. He is going to be in that left-hand spot, but this man does know how to find the shade.
All right, Waddel on the tee. This guy's pretty accurate and knows he can get one long and straight, so as long as he can keep it clean here.
What disc is he throwing there, Zach?
Oh boy, if I had to put $1 down, I'd say it's a big Z Onyx.
It sure isn't a little Z Onyx as he rips this.
Yeah, he puts that on an absolute smoke turnover line and puts it in the primo position. Ceiling shouldn't be too much an issue from there because he's pretty much under it already after that drive.
That's
Phen,
big boy territory over there, Tyler.
Oh, yeah. Phen's going to be trying to follow those vapor trails with his destroyer, asking for it to get left. Once again, Phen's coming after me.
Oh, wow.
Outdoes Andrew by a few feet, saying, I'm the match play champion. This is how you do it.
Is it an MPO thing for them to be able to get through those trees? Because those guys swat me down every time.
Lee puts a move on this one. Looks like he's getting that flex shot that he's been working for all day. Puts it on a great line.
Boy.
Gets past that tree.
That's
he's
an
gonna
angle.
he's going to have a great angle coming in from there.
Oh, boy. This is...
Yeah, and Arlinghaus is showing you what Zach was talking about with this tricky left-hand side and how much risk you're bringing in. He's going to have to try and skip this one off the road.
Save it OB. The road is OB.
Swings it
Come on,
outright. He's going to need some help.
What?
We're going to have to take another look.
That's
from an
unreal.
Angle. Swinging it out that wide off the road, double skip back in.
Oh, yeah, we got the Tyler angle here. How...
Buddy.
Oh.
Hear it clack off the road as he just gets some unreal skippage there.
If he doesn't hit that tree, he's halfway down the hill, too. So that... Man...
The thing with that left-hand line, though, is if you get the skip, you are cutting off a good chunk of distance, and it puts you in a great spot looking right down at the basket.
Lee with a dime on his second shot.
Finally gets one to do what he wants and puts it right outside bullseye.
Andrew, just a smooth approach down the gap.
Smooth operator,
oh, yeah.
indeed. Oh, my.
Yeah, he put the pop in the popcorn there.
He has sliced and diced this entire hole here. Shot after shot, perfect position for an easy 3.
Phen seems to be flexing here. The fact that he's got the longest drive and just wants us to watch him. But, you know, champ's going to champ.
Yeah, Phen just puts a nice smooth move on that one as well.
Easy now.
Not too much ground play.
What was that disc?
Once again, living in that Phen land of 15 feet.
Oh, Lee went a little longer than I thought he did. That was still a great throw from where he was.
Long bid for bird.
Money.
Cash.
That's the boy. That's the Lee I know. Let's see another look at that one from deep. Lee just is on the pole. If that hits metal and starts rolling, that could be 2 more shots.
Yeah, that's got to be a big confidence booster for Lee. That's what he's been looking for all day. Finally able to cash one. He's been all over it. See if Phen can do what Phen does, make 15-foot putts.
Might be a little bit further from 15, but Phen trying to get his way back into birdie land.
Oh, yeah. From 17.5 feet, slides it in over the cage just in the corner pocket.
That 21-footer was magical.
Yeah, that's one you just pick up and say, on to the next one.
Speaking of the next one, Zach Arlinghaus with a edge of circle bid. I think they're saying that it is out of the circle, as the miss to make is an air ball, because if you airball it, well, that's the miss not to make. If you airball it, you're going down the hill into the next zip code, maybe back into Kentucky.
Yeah, this is definition death putt. We've seen him make 1 stepper today. Can he make it 2?
We walk it in. He walks it right in.
Yeah, and if you've ever been to Brookside and you've seen this basket, you know how scary that putt is. No fear from this man.
He is shaking his head for a reason.
And Andrew to complete a wonderful star frame here.
Yes, he
There's
does.
one.
Sir.
There's one. You love to see it.
And that is going to be a $25 donation to our Women's Indie League.
As we slide into hole 14, which is a 372 footer. You got to get left, but you can't get left too early because that foliage will cut you off. If you pull it too far right, you're just getting thrown down by the wind, gonna get dropped on the side of that hill there. Another chase card check-in. We got Aiden Hostler here, always left with a far, slightly uphill putt to save par. No. Oh my!
Oh my!
Off the band, bank shotting it in. What a magical way to save a par.
Confidence boost. Should be noted, Zach's going back to righty on this hole. Once again, he is cheating. That is just, it's about pin high, a little further down the hill than he wants to be, but to have a look at like that on this hole with your offhand, excellent work, Zach. I love to see it. Impressive.
I'm not sure he has an offhand. He's throwing so well with all of them.
Guilty.
Going back to Andrew, looks like he might be going back to that Tour Series Force.
I could hear the snap on that one from here.
Yeah, rips it out there, gets a little wind lift, hyzering back in. Nice look right up the hill. Main concern here, please don't roll away disc, because you can see just how quickly that can happen on that hillside.
Oh, that's pretty big.
Phen just pumping a pure hyzer the whole way.
Oh,
Gets
yeah.
the ground play. You can't ask for a better drive on this hole.
Might be the best drive I've ever seen with my own eyes on this hole.
Lee lining up a forehand here. Just trying to put it on hyzer, get it to just fly straight in. As you've seen with some of the other shots, once you get it a little bit too far to the right, it will start to get pulled down. And he gets a little turn on it.
He's
Will
going
it
with
go
the
back?
white
to come back.
flex.
Okay.
It's coming back.
Okay.
It's fighting.
Ooh, yeah, generally if you crest that part of the hill, it's not coming back.
Yeah, this is going to give you a better idea of just how steep that hill is and what you're working with, throwing it back up to the basket. Lee puts a nice chip shot. Should be a nice tap-in par for him.
Zach with an uphill stepper to try to get himself another bird here.
Yeah, I still just can't get over how much power this guy has with both arms.
Wonderful bid, just a little bit offline. You should have an easy 3 as Andrew is giving himself a bid for that uphill too.
This could be a sneaky birdie for Andrew if he can get this one in, kind of at least take one on Arlinghaus, and looks like Phen's going to drop his in, obviously.
Yeah, this hole always feels like a bonus birdie to me. I don't know about you guys.
It's crazy tough. If Andrew can focus, I think he can make this.
Oh, perfect height, just a touch too right.
Didn't stable up as it came uphill. I'm baffled.
And Phen practically reaching into the basket to tap the disc as he earns himself the only birdie on the card here.
He'll
I'm
take
saying
one on everybody.
that had to have been CTP for first round.
I don't know about anybody else that could have gotten closer. Lee taps in to clean up the par, and Andrew with an uncomfortable stance, but I still expect him to make this one.
He's one with the bushes as he tries to tap this one in. There it is. And last but not least, here's Zach getting himself a par, and that's a one stroke on the card for Phen Yoder.
And we'll move on to hole 15, which is about everybody's favorite hole around here. You stand at the top of the hill and you chuck discs over this valley. You can pretend it's lava if you want. Either way, the basket is perched on the side of this hill that is a lot steeper than it looks on camera, and generally usually fighting some wind. So
There is a miss to make in throwing it long. You'll go OB, and it's uncomfortable to putt from up there. As Phen's going for the ace.
down at the bottom of the hill, not too bad.
My depth perception's always off on this hole.
Yeah, this hole is going to give you both options. Pretty much which one do you feel more comfortable with, forehand, backhand. Sometimes the wind can come into factor ripping through this valley here. Looks like Zach's just going to be lining up his left-hand backhand. Putting it out on hyzer, swinging it back towards the basket. And if you're not familiar with this hole, the basket actually used to be up on that hill, maybe 10, 15 feet higher, and now that it has been lowered, it has probably increased the birdie rate, but it's still a scary go long. You're just not sure what kind of distance it's actually going to be playing at. It's different every time.
Speaking of increasing the birdie rate, Andrew's going out pretty wide, but I like the way this one's finishing. He's about pin high up there on the hill, probably inside circle.
Lee looking to follow that one up. The ideal shot is going wide and letting it crash in through the wind as Lee's going wide with it, and it just needs to come back right.
Yeah, it's just not getting stable in time. He put a good move on it.
Instructions unclear. He just went wide.
Yeah, my bad. I should have spoken quicker there.
Lee first to putt, and this one is one of those ones that can roll away pretty easy if you miss. Oh, he gives it a good bid anyway. Goes long.
Wow. A lot of juice on that putt. It does settle, though, and he should hopefully be able to make the downhill putt for par, as Phen looking to snag another birdie here.
Yeah, he's got a tough 25-footer uphill. Puts some pop on it.
Ooh.
Great putt from Phen. Puts it on the pole.
That didn't look tough to me. Now when he putts it.
Yeah, he doesn't make these putts look tough.
I think it's the sunglasses. He just looks so confident.
Andrews is a little scarier. He did get about pin high. Looks like even a little higher. But this is one you want to at least catch metal.
Yeah, if you completely miss or if you get a wrong bounce off metal, you're just rolling down the hill for a far follow-up.
Oh, okay. Thick grass helped him out.
Does settle, but
Might have let the wind get to him. Maybe the hillside. Either way, he put a good stroke on it. Should have an easy par. Zach looking to pick up another one.
Ooh.
Just powers it right into it.
He's been sneaking him in just barely over the top of the cage.
Lee looking to clean up the par on a putt that is certainly a little bit tough for how far it is.
It's a little shorter version of the one we just saw Andrew miss.
No need to remind him.
It's not like he's here.
Yeah, you're right. Lee drains it as Andrew looks to clean up his own par.
Just a little tap in. Should be nothing.
There it is.
And we'll cross that bridge.
We're going to do a quick leaderboard check-in. Arlinghaus sitting in second. Looks like Camden's holding on to that first place lead at 10 down. We got Phen and Aiden lurking in the back at 8 down.
Don't forget about Andrew. Don't sleep on him at 7 down.
That will bring us on to hole 16, one of my favorite holes on the course, 322-foot par 3, slight dogleg right. You are going to have a tunnel you're going to have to punch through initially. You can take a kind of trickier route if you're going for a flex and work it in there on this smaller right-hand gap that you might see in this drone right here. But the traditional route's most likely going to be a forehand if you have it as a right hand. This is definitely a left-hand friendly hole.
Just keep the forehand on a little low and a little bit of hyzer.
Yeah, line, you're just going to want to take it at that light pole, just swinging it in.
Oh
Phen
my.
shows that exact line, gets the ground play, inside circle for the birdie.
Absolutely remarkable from Phen, as it looks like Zach is following suit with the right-handed forehand here. Just trying to lace that line.
And I think this will...
Oh, turns a little.
Yeah, he puts it right at that light pole, gets some flex on it.
Little flare.
That's going to be maybe circle's edge, but he got through the initial gap. Wide open look.
I mean, a putt is all you can really ask for. The laced line like that is not as easy as these guys made it look.
No, that's a really low ceiling. This is I would describe as an extremely uncomfortable tee shot.
I would say that's a great way to describe it. Andrew's lining up the rare
Woo!
backhand and shows just how to do it.
Andrew said ace run. Uncomfortable is not the word I think he would use.
I'm in shock.
Lee is going to actually go lefty here. I don't think he gets the choice to switch like Zach does, but I think this is a more comfortable hole for someone like Lee. Oh, but
And Lee catches the one tree in the middle you're trying to avoid, and the problem with that tree is it's a great aiming point. And he did catch a pretty wicked kick. It did go down the hill,
It is
as you can see.
straight downhill there, and he found the disc but is looking to have to put it almost vertically.
Yeah, he's going to have to come almost straight out. He does have a line, just trying to go vertical and get back in the fairway.
Ooh. That was some great camera work going to the depths to see what Lee was looking at there.
Yeah, and from where he was, he's going to be really happy with that out. He's going to have a nice open look. And if we've seen Lee play today, we know he's going to be running this one.
Does have the power for the putt. It's a little bit left and settles, so I think that will be a 4 for him, but it's like he was able to get out and get that up and down at the very least.
I fully expected to see chains there.
Yeah, rare air ball from Zach. You're not going to see that from him too much.
So a good run, just a little left. Andrew looking to card himself a birdie here with a slightly shorter bid, but still no easy one.
Yeah, Andrew actually going long of the basket on this hole is insane.
I know he wants that one back.
Catches the cage and it gets vaulted away instead of into the basket.
Finally, we're getting a Phen. Shows just how good that tee shot was. Maybe just outside bullseye.
Oh
Sneaks it in, makes that putt a little harder than it needs to be, but
He stays on a heater.
it's still a birdie on the scorecard.
I don't know how that went in, but I guess he got put in by the nubs of the basket. Zach will clean up his par. Looks like Lee is up
Ooh.
to
Battle putt?
put in a bogey. I'm here for the battle putt.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I guess we'll play like professionals.
and Phen taking another stroke on the card as he is tying himself with Arlinghaus at 9 down here.
Moving into hole 17, it is a big one, 608 feet, and it's right into the teeth of the wind. You've got wide open for the first half, and then you got a low ceiling to navigate to get through this grove of trees. And this basket does sit about 33 feet away from the road, so you do want to avoid going long so that you can avoid the extra strokes.
Yeah, we do actually have a Mando to the right of that big tree. You can see the sign. Shouldn't be too much of an issue for these guys. Phen's just popping one out on flat with that destroyer. Doing what Phen does, turning the catch cam around. He's going to have a great angle from there.
To be clear, the Mando is to ensure that you go left of the tree. But as long as you keep it shy of that Mando, you can go anywhere you want. You'll have a look from wherever you're at to kind of push it up towards the basket.
That one looks pretty juiced.
Yeah, Zach getting a full reach back there.
Almost kills Tyler.
That one is about the closest one that came to me. Saw it the whole way, though. Never afraid.
Stone cold 2 times out there. He's putting his life on the line to capture just how insane Zach Arlinghaus' shot is. Andrew looking to match that.
Yeah, he's got some vapor trails to follow there. Those two boys just absolutely put a move on him. Let's see if he can do the same. Gets a nice turn on that force.
Yeah.
He says, I can keep up with these guys. Puts it in a prime spot. He's going to have a nice, smooth look up the middle.
Lee once again having to follow up a few absolute nukes.
Stay out there just a little bit longer.
Yeah, just get past
He'll be
that
all right.
big tree.
He'll be all right.
He's got a fine look from there. And this kind of gives you a better idea of how tricky this second shot can be. You are working with a pretty low ceiling and quite a few guardian trees that also have some hanging branches. So you are going to have to put some power on it to push it through. But as we mentioned, that OB is lurking long.
Oh, wow. What a gap.
Yeah.
Hit that pin. That a boy.
Let's go, Lee.
That a boy.
Lee showing you exactly how to navigate that ceiling.
Shortest drive does not mean any. That was a 300-foot pinner.
Unreal.
You know, some par fours are just all about the second shot.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those. Let's see if Andrew can follow that up.
Staring down a similar gap.
Oh, a little undercommitted.
Yeah, and it just kind of shows how much that ceiling can get in your head. Got to keep it low. Got to put some power on it. Looks like Phen's just going to be lining up a pretty stock hyzer. Trying to swing this one in.
Ooh, caught some early roughage.
Yeah.
It's knocked down. Zach looking for the anhyzer approach here. Just get it to flex in and hopefully settle right under the basket. Just dodge the light pole and you should be okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you can find a better spot with his drive.
Oh, wow. Very
going
flexy.
for it.
Wow.
And he settles up next to the pin.
Yep. Hopefully he won't hit his head on his basket on the way up.
Long bid for a 3 from Andrew. Oh! No.
He knows he's right there.
Yeah, he wanted that one. Gave it a great run.
Such a good bid. Phen, a little straddler to get away from the leaves there.
Can he keep the birdie streak alive? A little low. I don't. Not today.
And it looks like Zach will get to tap in a bird on this one.
And we're going to get Lee under par.
There we go, Lee.
Lee back to under par. Zach gets to double digits.
That upshot was a spectacular way to bounce back from a bogey. It's like the bogey never happened. He just threw 2 pars as he's going to get to head to the 18th with a clear frame of mind.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys. Anytime I follow up a bogey with a birdie, I just ask the card if we can replace them with 2 pars. They tell me no every time.
Yeah, you can't do that in the sanctioned ones, I've been told. As we slide on to 18, this one is a little bit tougher than it seems. Get through that initial gap, and then it goes downhill. And if you're a little long, it's even more downhill. And it's just trying to spit you right towards that road. Basket guarded a little bit by a couple of trees. And, the putt gets sketchy, but if you can just put something out on that right side, you'll have an interesting question of whether or not to run it. If you fade out, maybe you can putt it uphill. But you got to be wary of that OB. It does open you up to either like a forehand or a backhand, depending on what gap you're looking to hit.
Just want to get to the knobby tree.
Yeah, I think this hole's all about the angle control, because if you put it on just too much hyzer as a righty, that hill's going to come in quick and you're going to be gone down that road. Zach, being lefty, takes it up that gap, puts some hyzer, gets some skip down the hill. We'll have a nice uphill look for a birdie. Won't have to have that hill in his thought at all.
And I believe that flag is a CCP and it's not an OB of any kind by the basket there. Lee lines up the forehand. Will it fade out in time?
Just needs it to swing.
Oh, it will fade.
Puts the right
That's-
shape on it.
It's a scary putt.
It is a very scary putt.
Phen, not one for rehearsal, is going to take his... Oh, no. A little bit low. He did go up the right gap, but just didn't put enough on it.
Not the end of the world, but it is going to be a very tough bid for birdie. That's going to be very risky.
Andrew's going to be going back to his buzz, looking to put something on flat, get it up by the basket.
Oh boy. Sit
Just
down.
gets it out on hyzer,
Hit
a little
something.
high, catch the tree.
Oh,
So close, and you
What?
can see how quick that OB can come into play.
That's not what we wanted to see. Smart play here for Phen. Tries to keep it low enough.
Yeah, looks like Phen gave it a little half bid, but he knows how quickly that putt can get away from you.
Shout out to MVC Paulie down there, helping Waddel recover from this OB stroke.
most valuable caddy. Give him the mental energy.
To keep the round clean.
Come on.
Gives it a run. Unfortunately, that is going to be his first bogey of the round. But hats off to Andrew. Like I said, don't let that 908 rating fool you. This guy came to play.
Lee.
Lee gives it a great run.
Lee hasn't laid up all day.
No, he's been running everything. Just coming up a little bit short there. But he is going to finish at 1 under.
Shout out to one of our tournament directors up there in the background. Kevin helped Quinn and Adam put on a great event.
Zach putting to give him another stroke, and I think this might carry him to 11 down.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. The uphill putt is no problem as he buries it, putting him at 11 down for the round today. Looks like Phen's moving up to tap in his par. He's going to be at 9 down through the first 18.
Lee finishes under par as well.
And Andrew's going to be the last one to tap out his unfortunate bogey, but finishes at a very, very respectable 6 down. Now we're going to take a quick look at the scorecard one more time. Arlinghaus, hot 11 down. Yoder -9. Waddel with that awesome -6. Lee coming in, finishing at under par. We're going to do the leaderboard check-in. Camden Fetters shoots the hot round at -12. Arlinghaus at -11. Yoder and Aiden Hostler working at -9. We've got Nate Hecker at -8.
Yeah, we'll see them on the chase card and the lead card next time. Let's thank C2 Productions and Disc Golf Mart Indianapolis for letting us use the Circle 2 Lounge. Go ahead, like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you guys next time. That'll send us to lunch. Bye, Roof.
Bye, Roo.
By Roof, Onyx giveaway.